We're back, fans, and we're about to watch a great big man match right here in IPW. It's where you'll see two men of this size with this much technical ability in the ring. Right now you see him, he's McGroinless. He's the Canadian strongman, the Canadian mercenary, the Canadian bacon on a bagel, whatever you want to call him. Pat Powers, Ron.
Pat Powers, one of the toughest individuals in IPW hardcore wrestling. That's why he was hired as a mercenary by Pat McGroin, the former television champ.
Speaking of which, where is Pat McGroin?
I have absolutely no idea, but there's the Rastaman coming out of the back. What the hell's he smoking anyway?
I believe they call that a blunt. As Rastaman told me that, he goes, Aaron, man, would you like some of my blunt, man? And I said, no, thank you.
How come?
I was actually doing the internet play-by-play, and unlike some people here in IPW, I'm a professional.
Yeah, right. That's why you're sitting back there getting the ketchup all over the keyboard when you're doing the play-by-play, because you're eating those IPW exclusive bratwursts served by Concession Boys, so hot and spicy.
Actually, I didn't get the ketchup on there. That was actually the bleeding that was occurring from my gums, as I was still hurting from that beating that you gave me a couple months back here on Weekly Recap.
The bleeding of your gums? I've heard of, Jim Bragg's not afraid to hit the old number 9, the small funny, the ganja.
That's not very gentlemanly, Mr. Small Funny Man.
How is he going to referee the match when he's in there enjoying this sweet, sweet nectar of the funny? He seems to be enjoying himself.
Actually, he goes, this is what Star's been talking about for all those years, Daddy.
And he says, maybe I could be a surfer. Maybe I, too, could be a mud baby.
Nobody could be a mud baby but Star Stevens. Only Star Stevens can take all the ring rats out to the airport after each and every show and make love as the airplanes go by. Only Star Stevens, only here in IPW.
Now, Pat McGroin isn't just one of the toughest individuals in
Pat McGroin?
Oops, I'm sorry.
What do you have on your mind, just after watching the Phil Lacio match, talking about McGroin's here?
I already told you about the gimmick earlier in my contract, but Pat Powers, I stand corrected. He's not only one of the toughest individuals in IPW, he isn't only one of the highest paid mercenaries in IPW and professional wrestling. He made his name in the Canadian circuit on the cigarette black market industry. And as everybody knows, that's a very, very, very dangerous business. And he came out of there and he went from peddling cigarettes and covering the backs of some of the most important individuals in the entire world to he went to...
Ron, take a breath there, will you? We got a match to call right here. Rastaman, as we always say each and every week because we like to milk it, an international superstar, has been all over the world, Japan, Puerto Rico. He's worked for Battle Arts, both groups down in Puerto Rico. But he'll tell you, just like anybody else will, he's got his hands full right here in IPW with a man the caliber of the veteran Pat Powers.
Speaking of milking it, I was at Extra Innings Ballpark Cafe at 1850 Central Avenue, St. Pete, and they were...
That's a great spin kick by Rastaman there. I told you, he's not just a big man, and he's not even just a technical wrestler, like I said. He can get up in the air, too, especially for a big man, but he flies around better than some of our cruiserweights right here. And there you saw the double shot as we got the IPW-tron in the shot there. Brand new to the WrestlePlex, fans. Come and check it out right here on December the 22nd when we're back at the Florida WrestlePlex at 8 p.m.
And as you see in the background, like the truck just told us again, watch IPW Hardcore Wrestling every Friday late night on 2 a.m. Hey, producer, do you think the people are... What do you think they're watching this on? PBS? Public access? No, this isn't like all the other jabroni independent promotions that are out there. This is the real deal. This is IPW Hardcore Professional Wrestling.
And if you don't believe us, you can find that out on 2 local radio shows. Firstly, Shannon Rose, now joined by myself, so the ratings have taken a spike on Pro Wrestling Weekly every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. on UPN 44. And for the whole month of December, 2 hours each and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. Fans, check it out. I make the show.
Pat Powers on IPW-hardcore.com has some of the best pictures and some of the best commentary. And from what I understand, very soon, poetry from Pat.
Poetry from Pat. I've read some of his work. It's even better than some deep thoughts from Saturday Night Live. This guy may be a tough guy, but deep down, he's really, really sensitive.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. You're talking about some of the best literature in all of literature history. The birds were calling his name, Thought Ka.
All right, Ron Niemi there, trying to be a poet in his own right, but I'll take Pat Powers any day of the week, just like I'll take ProWrestlingDaily.com for all my news on the local, national, and international wrestling scene. That's Pro Wrestling Daily, all one word,
I got to get something in here. You know the night we ran this enormous show at the WrestlePlex? You see it's a packed house once again. You see we were turning people away at the door. The WWF is in Lakeland on that very same night. There's concerts all over the entire Bay Area. For some unknown reason, Boxcar Willie was headlining over at the Coliseum, but we still packed the WrestlePlex. That's why IPW hardcore wrestling fans are the best in the entire world.
Yes, not only do we beat Miss Cleo each and every week right here on UPN 44, but we outdraw people like Woodrow Guthrie and the in total Two Life crew, my boys who sent me cards in the hospital. We outdraw them all here in IPW.
Now, gentleman Jim Bragg has seemed to lose that little bit of a buzz he had going on earlier, and he seems to be a hell of a lot more serious. And if he had any sense whatsoever, he'd listen to my good friend Cowhead on 1010 AM Sports Radio, the TM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. until noon. And you see Pat Powers dropping Navy SEAL into some side suplex gimmick, and he follows up with a boot to the throat like I've never seen before in my
and
life.
I'll tell you, if referee gentleman Jim Bragg doesn't get his head clear and get into this match, we may just have to replace him with a referee from Able Body Temp Services at 727. What is that, Ron?
It's 727-771-1111, and I'm not going to take all the heat again from the corporate office because you screwed it up again.
Hey, I'll take all the heat we want. We just get on all of our plugs during one match. That's a record even for us, Ron Niemi.
Rastaman fires off 5 consecutive closed fist punches, and his smoking buddy doesn't care whatsoever because he says that's S.T. Jones style, and he's hailing from Antigua in the West Indies.
Actually, it reminds me of moves by Freight Train Freddy back in the day here in Florida Championship Wrestling days. But Rastaman so much more than Freight Train Freddy because he can rap as well.
And he hits him with a huge power slam, and he goes up to the second rope, and this is where he's going to hit him with that big move. What do they call it?
I'm not sure what they call this, but this is where Rastaman is at his most dangerous. Oh, a big blockbuster move. This should do it, Ron. 1, 2, 3. Fans, we'll be right back.